Hoppers, I'm Jack the Greek and welcome back for another episode. Today we have something special, something traditional to northern Greece, Macedonia, Khalkidiki, and it's called Spanakopita. That's where it all comes from, and this magnificent recipe is from my mum. So I'm going to give it a go today and I'm going to cook it on the CrossRay BBQ. Adding another challenge. I've never made Spanakopita today, I've never used the pastry, never used a pan like this, so it's going to be a huge challenge for Jack the Greek. But I'm sure with a little bit of lavaki in the pan, we should be able to produce a beautiful Spanakopita for the family. Opa! Okay, so you might ask, where do we start? Do we get the pan ready or do we get our ingredients all ready and mixed up? Well, let's just start with our ingredients first. What we have here is our main ingredient. We have spinach, we have some silver beet, we have some mint in there, we have some spring onion. They're the core ingredients for any Spanakopita. And of course, we're going to have a little bit of feta. We're going to put some mint as well, an egg, and a little bit of rice. Now I'm going to tell you what the rice is for. And what the rice does is absorb some of the moisture that will be released from all the spinach and the silver beet while it's cooking. So, first of all, you need a small container like this. Now that it's dried and all the water's come out, we've got to mix our ingredients. So let's put it in there, just like that. Okay, so as you can see, I've now put in our spinach and our main ingredient. We've got a bit extra here, and we might use that for something else a bit later on. There we go, just put that down. So that's enough there. We've got our mint, probably a couple of tablespoons of mint, just like this. And dill as well, hoppers. And then we have our feta. So we put our feta in. You just break it up, just like this, all the way through. You don't want the feta being the main ingredient. You don't want it overpowering the flavour of the spinach, because it's not a cheese pie, it's not a tiropita, it's a Spanakopita. So you don't want to put in too much. There we go. So we've got that. Now we need our egg as well. So we put an egg in because that helps it all bond all together. Just there. Excellent. Now we'll just wipe our hands a little bit. And like I said earlier, the rice. That's the secret ingredient, and that will drain any other moisture that might still be in there while you're cooking. And of course, it will definitely cook as well in that time frame. It's going to take us around 45 minutes to cook our Spanakopita in the CrossRay BBQ. I've never done it before, so I'd say it's about 45. I'll have it at about 200 degrees for that total time. There we go. There's my first mix, just like that. I'll just clean my hands again, a little bit just here. And to me, it looks like it needs a little bit more. I'm going to put salt, of course, but it needs a little bit more feta. There we go, there's the salt, just like that. You don't want to put too much salt, because obviously the feta is salty enough as it is. So plenty of pepper, crushed pepper is my preferred option. There we go, put that away there. I recommend a little bit more feta, so we'll put that in there. There it is there, the feta's in there. Now, before I do this final mix, it needs a bit of traditional, good, imported Greek olive oil. And we're going to thank our friends from the Aegean Deli at Preston Market for providing our olive oil today. So we'll get rid of that. There we go. So, give it a final mix. Oh, just like this. And you can let this sit for about 5 or 10 minutes to allow all the pepper, the salt, the dill, the feta to all just combine and become a beautiful consistency and flavour. Beautiful. There we go. So wash it, clean our hands. It does get a bit messy, but there's no other way really to do this. You should always use your hands for this. So there we go. Okay, we'll put that away as well. I'm cleaning up my desk, my area, my cooking area, my desk, as if I'm at work. Because what I need to do is put this aside now, just like that. Clean up a little bit, just there. But also now, bring my pan up. Okay, we're back now, ready to prepare our dish and get our pastry in the dish before we put it in the CrossRay BBQ. So I use, nice and easy, I'm outdoors, use a bit of spray. Olive oil is my choice, just to grease the pan and the dish to make sure your pastry doesn't actually stick. You can use butter if you choose. Again, it comes down to the chef. So now what we're going to do, and I'll put it in front of us to make it a little bit easier, is we've got our pastry here, and we're going to peel it like that. And it has become soft, so it can easily be worked, and that's what you want. So we'll put it in like that. And what you want to do is just mold it around all the way, just like that. Hoppa. There we go. Just there. Because we're going to fold that again a little bit over the top. And then we have another one over here. So we'll continue this all the way around. Hoppa. Just like that. And of course, traditionally, Mum should make her own filo and should normally make a big gulura as well, not just put it in the pan. So I'll bring it a bit, just there, but we need to just grab this one and probably cut it in half now. So cut that one, and we just keep going and preparing our dish. Here we go. That can go there, just like that. And then the final one, we'll bring that up again, and we'll put it here. Okay, you can see now that it is all ready for me to put in my filling. And as we said earlier, we have our filling here, and we're just going to pour it in just like this. And yep, I do have a spoon. I'll grab it there, and a fork I should say, and I'll put it in. There you go. So I've had the spinach, the silver beet, the spring onion, the feta, the egg in here, a bit of rice, and olive oil, all mixing and marinating for around 5 minutes while I've been preparing the dish. Now you don't want to squash the spinach in, you want to leave it nice and fluffy. And if you look at how much I did, I can't believe it, it's the first time I've done this. And I've basically made just enough by just guessing and using my eye and my own judgment. I'm very proud of myself there. There we go, we'll put that away just like that. So if you come in close, you'll see how I'm moving it around, just like this. And again, you don't want to push it down, you just want to leave it like that. And you're going to think, well, what are we going to do now? How are we going to cover it? What are the next steps? And you're going to say, oppa, where's the filo pastry? Or where's the pastry, I should say. Well, the pastry is, oppa, under here. There we go. So we did have extra, and for this purpose, because we do need to cover it. So again, we're just going to grab a sheet and just put it in. And with this one, we're going to put it on the inside. So you want to come and see how I've done this. Okay, just come in very close, and I'm going to cut a little bit off the edge. So I don't want to do too many, I don't want the pastry to be too thick. So I'll just cut off the edges, just like this, because the cover, the other side or the edges will actually fix that for me. There we go there. I'll put that there, because we need to grab this one here, but probably just cut a little bit, just like that. Hoppa. So that much there. Oop, probably a little bit too much, but we'll have a quick look. Just like that. There we go. And we'll put that to the side. Back up here, make it a bit easier for us. And just put that in there. And we can stretch it just a little bit, just like that. And of course, we do have a little bit of more egg, because we need to put the egg on top as well, but I'm going to put a little bit of egg on the sides that's actually going to stick the two pastries together. So I'll just put it around the edge like that. There we go. And this is Jack the Greek's way, of course. There's many recipes that you can use. And don't judge me for this one, but this is my own creation, my own invention. And I'm going to fold it over just like this. So hopefully the CrossRay BBQ will now be our last piece of the puzzle, and we'll be able to cut a bit off. We don't want too much pastry, just like that, and just there, and we'll fold that over. That's it. There's a bit more. Cut it here, take a bit of that off, and fold it in. Beautiful. And again, we'll put a little bit of egg on top just to give it that nice colour, and also used as a bit of a glue for the sides of the pastry. just like that. And a couple straight across, just like that. There we go. So, we've made it. Now, the biggest challenge is, will the CrossRay BBQ be able to cook our Spanakopita? Now, what we're going to do is have a quick look. We've got it on around 200 degrees. We're using 2 burners, on in the front burners, on low. And what we're going to do is place it on the top rack. So we're going to put it straight in, just like that, on low, for around 45 minutes. And we should be back, and we should have a beautiful Spanakopita to feed the family for lunch. Opa! Okay, you're back with Jack the Greek. It's been around 20-25 minutes now since we've been cooking our Spanakopita in the CrossRay BBQ. And as you can see, it's still on around 220 degrees, but you will see another surprise. Watch this very carefully. Opa! Yes! I have a little baby olive bread with spanaki and spinach cooking as well. And if you have a look here, I have put the foil on top because, yes, it is not a fan-forced oven that you would normally have in your home. So I've just put the foil on just to experiment to make sure that we don't burn the top. So I'm going to leave that on for about 15 minutes before I take it off. But look at this little baby here. And this is Jack the Greek experimenting with some beautiful olive and spinach pastries for another episode. So that's what you're seeing there. I'll see you around 15 to 20 minutes to plate up our beautiful Spanakopita. Opa. Opas, we're back now, and it's time to get ready and take out our Spanakopita. Now, as you remember, just a few seconds ago, when I opened the hood of the CrossRay BBQ, I had some other little ones. And yes, we're going to take them out again and just show you. These little ones, they're quite hot. They're actually little prototypes of my next dish. And what I've made here is some Spanakopita with olives, but also some olive bread here. And I'm experimenting, using this opportunity to experiment for another dish. Okay, so if you're coming close now, it's time to take out the Spanakopita. But you can see how nice and golden brown it is on top. And the reason why it's golden brown is because we had that egg mix at the start. And I've had it covered for half its time it's cooking with the foil, so I didn't want to overburn and overcook the top of the crust. Opa, look at that. Look how nice and warm it is. Look at that. Opa. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave that for a couple of minutes and just let it relax and rest. Because it's too hot to cut now. So we'll give it 5 minutes and then we'll cut it up and get ready to plate up. So it's been around 5 minutes, and as I said to you before, it's important to let your meal rest. And with the Spanakopita, you want it to cool down. Before I take you there, before we get ready to plate it up and serve it, let me take you to my little experiments and have a look and see what we did. Let's have a look. So we made a bit of a spanaki with olive pastry sort of little roll. And let's have a look and see what it actually looks like. Oh, boss. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's excellent. So I might try that as a recipe, and I'll put it on my YouTube channel, Jack the Greek, for you next time. And here we have some little Spanakopita sausage rolls. Again, Jack the Greek is just experimenting here to see what different ways we can cook on the CrossRay BBQ. And that's a fantastic idea to cook as well on the CrossRay BBQ to feed your family on a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon while they're out enjoying the better weather in the backyard. For now, we'll put that away. We'll write up that recipe and we'll make a video of that shortly as well. Now, back for our main dish, and this is what it's all about, our beautiful Spanakopita. So as you can see, it's cooled down now. So what I need to do is I need to move it to this bottom tray. So, this is the trick. Grab it like this, turn it over, opa, and this should have come off now. Hopefully, if I greased my pan correctly and I've let it cool down, it should just come off. Opas, opas, look at that. Excellent, excellent. So that's a good start. We'll put that away as well, just in there. So now, it's all about getting it onto this pan here. So I think because it came off quite easily, we shouldn't have a problem in just leaning it over, opas, just like that. There we go. And that's how you will turn your Spanakopita over from one side to the other. Now, just to clean up a little bit. Now let's have a look and see how it's gone. So I'm only going to cut a little piece here, just here. Look at how nice and crunchy it is. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. And we're going to cut it across like that. And we're going to take out that piece, just like that, all the way down We'll slice it here. Just like that. And we'll open it up and have a look. Opas. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful ingredients with our Spanakopita made on the CrossRay BBQ. Okay, to summarize for our viewers now, I cooked the Spanakopita on the CrossRay BBQ for 45 minutes with 2 burners on low. Our core ingredients were spanaki, which is spinach, silver beet, spring onion, salt, pepper, feta of course, and an egg and a little bit of rice to make sure we absorb all the moisture. We cooked it in a pan with some beautiful pastry for 45 minutes. And this is what we have. Beautiful, traditional style Spanakopita by Jack the Greek. Opas.